Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today, I will be discussing the crucial steps expats must take before investing in a home or land in the Philippines, things to look out for, and how to avoid misunderstanding in the process. Stay tuned. To ensure a safe and smooth transaction, expats looking to buy or rent real estate in the Philippines should take some important precautions. This includes doing thorough due diligence, assessing financial ability, and understand the legal framework. In the Philippines, there are certain restrictions on expats' ability to own property. Generally, non Filipino citizens cannot directly own land. However, they can own condominium units, houses, and buildings under specific conditions. Expats can fully own condominium units as long as foreign ownership in the entire development does not exceed 40% of all units. This is often the easiest way for expats to own property. Expats can own the house or structure itself, but they are not allowed to own the land. This typically requires alternative arrangements for the land, such as long term leases or corporate ownership. Direct land ownership by expats is subject to certain restrictions. However, there are a few exceptions, such as purchases made by former natural born Filipino citizens, acquisitions made prior to the 1935 Constitution, and acquisitions made through hereditary succession, assuming the expat is a legitimate heir. Former natural born Filipinos who reacquire Philippine citizenship under the Dual Citizen Law of 2003 can own land without area limits, similar to any other Filipino citizen. It is essential to evaluate your financial capacity, including down payments and monthly expenses. Property prices in the Philippines are generally more affordable than in many Western countries, especially outside major cities. However, your budget should account for higher taxes and transaction fees. Prices can vary significantly depending on features and location. For example, prices might range from about $3,493 per square meter in Cebu to roughly $4,991 per square meter in Makati's downtown. In general, prices are lower in Manila, Quezon, and Davao. In major cities, a 50 square meter condo could cost about $80,000 to $120,000, while a 150 to 200 square meter home could cost about $160,000 to $400,000. Buyers typically pay between 2.50% and 3.75% of the property's price in fees and taxes. Sellers usually cover a larger percentage, between 10.50% and 12.50% of the total transaction costs, which can range from 13% to 16.25% of the property's value. Common fees include transfer taxes 0.50% to 7.75%, notary costs 1% to 2%, registration fees 1%, and documentary stamp taxes 1.5%. These are usually paid by the seller, but capital gains tax 6% can sometimes be negotiated to be paid by the buyer. Expats can obtain mortgages from certain Philippine banks, though they often requires a larger down payment. US banks or foreign lenders may also offer overseas mortgages. Additionally, there might be flexible term developer financing options available. To prevent possible legal problems and guarantee a sound investment, thorough due diligence is essential. Consulting with a local real estate attorney is highly recommended. Some properties may have ambiguous titles or ownership issues, so be sure to carefully check the Register of Deeds for property titles and ownership histories. To make sure all property taxes are up to date, make sure to get a tax clearance certificate from the local treasurer's office. To make sure the desired use is allowed, check the local planning office zoning classification for the property. Check that all required building permits were acquired for existing structures and that no unresolved code violations exist. The Philippines offers a variety of places to suit different expat lifestyles and financial goals. While some locations provide a more relaxed pace or are closer to natural attractions, major cities typically offer better amenities and opportunities. Large cities have improved facilities, easy access to business centers, shopping, entertainment, and diverse housing options, which is why many expats choose to live there. Here are some places to consider. Number 1, Metro Manila. This includes Makati, Taguig, Quezon City, and Manila. Number 2, Makati. Known as a business and financial hub, it is popular with both wealthy residents and expats. Real estate in Manila is among the most expensive. Number 3, Quezon City, the largest city in the Philippines. It offers a wide range of properties and is becoming more developed as other areas grow more costly. Number 4, Taguig's Bonifacio Global City, or BGC, is a master plan financial district often compared to Singapore and is considered one of Manila's best areas to live and work. Number 5, Cebu, known as the Queen City of the South. Cebu is a center for business, education, and tourism that balances city living with natural attractions. For overseas property buyers, it offers convenient access and amenities. Number 6, Davao, one of the safest cities in the Philippines, and is located in Mindanao and is known for its pristine environment, strict laws, and proximity to natural parks. Its economy is growing rapidly. For those seeking a different pace or specific amenities, other areas are also appealing, such as Panay Island, which provides access to beautiful beaches like Boracay and has multiple airports and hospitals. Next is Palawan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site favored by tourists and foreign real estate investors for its stunning beaches and natural reserves. Last but not least, beachfront properties in places like Palawan, Boracay, and Siargao are ideal for anyone looking for resorts or vacation homes. I recommend exploring the area and speaking with other expats before making a decision. Since expats are generally barred from directly owning land in the Philippines, various workarounds and legal structures are used to acquire property, including land. Here are some options you may consider. Number 1, long-term land lease. With the new law passed on December 2024, expats can now lease land for up to 75 to 99 years. This allows expats to own a property through land leasing, making it a common choice for building a residence or investment property. Number 2, corporate ownership. Expats can indirectly own land by establishing a domestic corporation in the Philippines, which must be at least 60% Filipino owned. The corporation then holds the title, allowing the expat to enjoy the use and benefits as a part owner. Setting up such a corporation can be complex, especially in maintaining control with minority shares, so legal expert advice is recommended. Number 3, marriage to a Filipino citizen. If you marry a Filipino citizen, property can be bought in the Filipino spouse name. To protect the investment, the expat's name can be included in the purchase agreement even though it cannot appear on the land title. It's important to note that the Filipino spouse is a legal owner. If the Filipino spouse passes away, the foreign spouse might have to transfer ownership to the Filipino heir or sell the property properly. Number 4, hereditary succession is another way to acquire land. If an expat has a legal heir, they may inherit land through succession, whether the deceased left a will or not. This applies if the expat is a compulsory heir under Philippine law, such as a legitimate child or descendant. However, inheriting land solely based on being named in a will without a direct family link is not allowed to prevent circumvention of land ownership laws. Number 5, purchased by a former natural-born Filipino. Under certain restrictions, natural-born Filipinos who lost their Philippine citizenship but later regained foreign citizenship may still own private land in the Philippines. They can acquire up to 1,000 square meters of urban land or 1 hectare of rural land for residential use. For commercial purposes, they may own up to 5,000 square meters of urban land or 3 hectare of rural land. A former natural-born Filipino can purchase up to 2 lots in different cities or towns, provided the total area does not exceed the limits for either residential or business purposes. Suppose a former natural-born Filipino reacquires Philippine citizenship under the dual citizenship law. In that case, they are considered not to have lost their Filipino citizenship and can own land without area restrictions, similar to other Filipino citizens. The process of buying property in the Philippines involves several detailed steps, and it is important to work with qualified professionals throughout. Consider different locations and find properties that meet your needs. I strongly recommend working with a licensed real estate agent, as they can provide insights into the local market and help with listing and negotiations. Explore financing options such as mortgages from Philippine banks, international lenders, or in house developer financing. As an expat, you should be prepared for potentially larger down payments. Hire a qualified real estate lawyer to assist with legal documents and conduct thorough research. You will need a deed of absolute sale. Your lawyer will help draft and notarize this legally binding document outlining the terms of the sale. Check the property's title at the Register of Deeds to confirm ownership and look for any liens and encumbrances. Obtain a tax clearance certificate and verifying zoning classification. Visit the Bureau of Internal Revenue to get your land tax declaration and submit it to the local assessor's office. A property value assessment is necessary. The assessor's office will determine the transfer taxes based on the property's value. These payments should be completed before the transfer of the title. Usually, the seller works with the Bureau of Internal Revenue to address documentary stamp tax and capital gains tax. To transfer the title to your name or replace the previous one, register the property with the Registry of Deeds. You will receive a copy of the updated tax declaration and the new deed. For expats considering renting, it's often a good idea to rent a property for a short term first before committing to a purchase. This gives you time to learn about the local economy and standard of living. Learn about market trends and the kinds of rentals that are available. Hire trustworthy real estate brokers or agents. Always meet prospective landlords in person, and don't be afraid to leave if anything doesn't feel right. Lease agreements usually last for about a year, but can be negotiated for shorter durations. Make sure your contract is in writing. Go over it carefully and get a lawyer to clarify anything that is confusing to you. Recognize the terms of payment, including advance payments, usually about 1 month's rent, and deposits, generally about 2 months' rent. Make sure you request receipts for every payment you make. Prepare necessary documents such as valid passport, alien certificate of registration or ACR, immigrant certificate of residence, and tax identification number if applicable. Before moving in, take dated pictures of the apartment and do a thorough walkthrough. Respect local customs and keep cultural standards in mind. If done correctly, owning or renting real estate in the Philippines can improve your quality of life, given the prices of property here compared to the West. However, it also comes with cultural quirks and legal complications that most expats are not familiar with. To fully comprehend the market, rent first. Make use of real estate attorneys and brokers with licenses. When it comes to ownership rules, never cut corners. Finally, pick a place that suits not just your vacation memories, but also your lifestyle. Alright, guys, that is all for today's show. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.